Nobody expected one footballer to become both one of the greatest strikers of his generation and one of the most controversial players the sport has ever seen. He scored hundreds of goals, won league titles in different countries, lifted the Champions League, and became a national hero for Uruguay. But every time fans thought they were talking about his football, another shocking controversy seemed to take over the headlines. Some admired his passion. Others believed he crossed the line too many times. This is the incredible story of Luis Suarez, a player whose talent was undeniable but whose legacy continues to divide the football world. Welcome back to GameBlueprint. Today, we're exploring the rise, the controversies, and the unforgettable career of Luis Suarez. His journey is filled with incredible goals, emotional moments, career-changing mistakes, and remarkable comebacks. Love him or hate him, there is no denying that Suarez created some of the most memorable moments in modern football. Luis Suarez was born in Salto, Uruguay, where life was far from easy. His family struggled financially, and football quickly became more than just a hobby. It became his escape and his biggest dream. After moving to Montevideo as a young boy, he faced even more challenges when his parents separated. Despite those difficulties, he never stopped believing that football could change his life. One of the biggest motivations in his life was his girlfriend, Sofia Balbi. When her family moved to Spain, Suarez promised himself that he would one day become a professional footballer in Europe so they could be together again. That dream pushed him to work harder than ever. He joined Nacional, one of Uruguay's biggest clubs, where his determination and natural goal-scoring ability quickly caught the attention of European scouts. In 2006, Suarez moved to the Netherlands to play for Groningen before joining Ajax a year later. At Ajax, his career exploded. He became one of the most exciting young forwards in Europe, scoring goals from every possible angle. His pace, intelligence, and relentless work rate made him a nightmare for defenders. Fans loved his fearless style, and it looked like he was on his way to becoming one of football's biggest stars. But that was only the beginning. As his reputation grew, so did the controversies. During a league match in 2010, Suarez shocked everyone by biting PSV defender Otman Bakal during an argument. The incident resulted in a lengthy suspension and made headlines around the world. It was the first time many football fans questioned whether his competitive nature had gone too far. Despite the controversy, Liverpool believed in his talent and signed him in January 2011. At Anfield, Suarez quickly became the team's biggest star. His goals, creativity, and endless energy made him one of the Premier League's most dangerous attackers. Even in difficult seasons, he consistently produced moments of magic that gave Liverpool supporters hope. However, the story didn't end there. In 2011, Suarez became involved in another major controversy after being found guilty by the Football Association of racially abusing Manchester United defender Patrice Evra during a Premier League match. Suarez denied the accusation, but he received an 8-match suspension and a heavy fine. The situation became even worse when he refused to shake Evra's hand before their next meeting, creating one of the most talked-about moments in English football. Many people believed his reputation would never recover. Yet on the pitch, Suarez continued playing some of the best football of his career. During the 2013-14 season, he scored an incredible 31 Premier League goals despite missing the opening matches through suspension. Week after week, he produced stunning performances, helping Liverpool challenge for their first league title in decades. But just when it seemed he had left controversy behind, another shocking moment was about to change everything once again. The 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil was supposed to be the tournament where Luis Suarez finally silenced his critics. After recovering from knee surgery just weeks before the competition, he returned to score twice against England, keeping Uruguay's World Cup dream alive. It looked like the perfect comeback story. Fans praised his determination, and once again he proved why he was considered one of the world's best strikers. But nobody saw what happened next. During Uruguay's final group stage match against Italy, television cameras captured Suarez biting defender Giorgio Chiellini on the shoulder. The incident shocked millions of fans watching around the world. It was the third biting incident of his professional career, and this time the consequences were even more severe. FIFA handed him a 4-month ban from all football-related activities and suspended him for 9 international matches. Overnight, he became one of the most controversial figures in the history of the sport. Many people believed his career at the highest level was finished. However, one club refused to give up on him. That club was Barcelona. Only weeks after the World Cup controversy, Barcelona signed Suarez, believing his talent was simply too great to ignore. When his suspension ended, he joined Lionel Messi and Neymar to form the legendary attacking trio known as MSN. Together, they became one of the greatest front threes football has ever seen. Their chemistry was almost perfect, combining speed, creativity, and incredible finishing. What happened next changed everything. During the 2014-15 season, Barcelona won La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League, completing a historic treble. Suarez played a huge role, scoring important goals in the biggest matches. A year later, he reached another incredible milestone by scoring 40 league goals and winning the European Golden Shoe, finishing ahead of both Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. It was proof that despite all the criticism, he remained one of the best strikers in the world. However, football never allowed his past to disappear completely. Every great performance was followed by discussions about his controversies. Some fans remembered his goals, while others remembered the suspensions and headlines. His career became a constant mix of brilliance and criticism. In 2020, Barcelona decided it was time to move on and allowed Suarez to leave the club. Many believed his best years were over. Instead, he joined Atletico Madrid and immediately proved his doubters wrong. He scored 21 league goals and helped Atletico win the La Liga title in his very first season. It was the perfect response to everyone who thought he was finished. Later, Suarez returned to Nacional in Uruguay before continuing his career with Grêmio in Brazil, where he once again showed his class with important goals and outstanding performances. He eventually reunited with Lionel Messi at Inter Miami, giving football fans another chance to watch two legendary teammates play together. When people look back at Luis Suarez's career, they see two very different stories. One is about a striker who scored more than 500 career goals, won league titles in the Netherlands, Spain, and with Atletico Madrid, lifted the Champions League, claimed multiple golden shoes, and became one of Uruguay's greatest ever players. The other is about a footballer whose biting incidents, suspensions, and controversies often overshadowed his incredible achievements. Perhaps that is what makes his story so unforgettable. He was never just a hero or a villain. He was both. His passion made him one of the fiercest competitors football has ever seen, but that same passion sometimes pushed him beyond the limits of the game. Even his biggest critics admit that when Luis Suarez stepped onto the pitch, something extraordinary usually happened. Love him or hate him, his impact on football is impossible to ignore. He inspired millions with his determination, thrilled fans with unforgettable goals, and created moments that will be remembered for generations.